Inheritance Netflix style one account, many devices. What is it? Inheritance means one class, like a child, can get and use everything from another class, like a parent. It's like having a family where kids inherit traits from their parents. Story time. Netflix style. Imagine your Netflix account. That's the parent. You set it up just once. Now you can use that same account on your mobile phone, your TV, and your laptop. These are the children. You don't need a new Netflix account for each device, do you? You just reuse the one you already have. That's inheritance, sharing and reusing resources. Simple analogy, Netflix parent account, right pointing arrow, shared access on all devices, or parent dad mom, right pointing arrow child, you, inheriting features like eye color or a last name. Simple code example, class, login test extends base test. This is our child class, like your TV using the account void run test. This test needs to launch the browser first. Launch browser, it just uses the method from its parent, base test. System link to .out.println. Now running login test steps. The word extends base test is the key. It means login test gets all the public stuff from base test. Real data, real use. Important details like browser type equals Chrome or the website address base URL equals link to your website.com are often stored in the parent, base test class. All the child test classes then just use these details without needing to write them again. Real-time testing example. In your Selenium test framework, this is super common. You'll create a base test class, the parent. This class holds all the common things needed before and after every test. For example, it might set up the web driver, open the browser, start a logger, or read test data from an Excel file. Then, for every specific test you write, like login test, search test, checkout test, etc., you simply make them extend base test. This way, they automatically get all the setup and cleanup methods without you having to copy and paste code over and over. Where it's used, the base test class becomes the central point. Every single test class you write, like login test, product page test, etc., just extends this base test class. This gives them immediate access to methods like launch browser, tear down, to close the browser, and anything else you put in base test. Scenario Q&A. Q. Why is inheritance super important in Selenium automation frameworks? A. It helps us avoid writing the same setup and tear down code, like opening/closing the browser, in every single test. We just put it once in base test and let other tests reuse it through inheritance. Behavioral Q. Interview style. Q. How do you make sure your automation framework doesn't have a lot of repeated code? A. I use inheritance. I put all the common setup, like browser launch, logging, getting test data, and cleanup code into a base test class. Then, all my individual test classes simply extend this base test fari, so they automatically inherit and reuse all that common functionality. This keeps my framework very dry, don't repeat yourself, and easy to maintain. Interview tip. When asked about inheritance, always remember this short and sweet answer: inheritance makes my tests DRY. Don't repeat yourself. I don't need to write the same browser setup or cleanup logic in every test. It's all handled by inheriting from a base class.